Hi guys, there is an important update for all of you. So we all know that this Monday RBI Grade B notification for 2022 was released in the newspapers, but it was mainly restricted to the number of vacancies and the examination dates. There was no clarity with respect to eligibility or the scheme of the examination. Well, in this video, I am going to share with you the detailed eligibility criteria for RBI Grade B 2022. Now, how do we get that? Still, it is not available on the official website, but RBI has sent a detailed version of their notification to Employment News. And from there itself, I am discussing this detailed eligibility criteria. Another doubt that might be coming in your mind is, sir, is the scheme or the pattern of the examination also clear now, is out now? No, there is no confirmation or clarity on that. दो मार्केट में कुछ रूमर्स हैं कि पैटर्न चेंज नहीं हो रहा है, बट एज फार एज वी आर कंसर्न्ड, आई वुड लाइक टू टेल दैट अभी एम्प्लॉयमेंट न्यूज में जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन पब्लिश हुई है उसके अकॉर्डिंग वी कांट से वेदर देयर इज एनी चेंज इन द पैटर्न और नॉट. ठीक है, तो वो मंडे को क्लियर हो जाएगा. ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं बचा है, बट मीन वाइल लेट्स डिस्कस अबाउट द एलिजिबिलिटी. तो जो ये पीडीएफ है जो आपकी स्क्रीन पे है, दिस इज बेसिकली फ्रॉम द एम्प्लॉयमेंट न्यूज. ठीक है, तो इसमें से मैं एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया बेसिकली डिस्कस करूंगा बिकॉज दैट इज समथिंग ऑफ इंपॉर्टेंस टू अस राइट नाउ. So first of all, the eligibility criteria with respect to age क्या है? So the age criteria remains the same, that you must have attained the age of 21 years and you should not be above 30 years. ठीक है, तो अगर आप मतलब 30 साल के हो गए हैं, ठीक है, मतलब अगर आप 29 दिन 364 दिन के हैं तो आप यू आर एलिजिबल. बट इफ यू हैव ऑलरेडी बिकम 30 इयर्स और 30 इयर्स वन डे या फिर 30 साल भी आप हो चुके हैं, देन यू आर नॉट एलिजिबल. तो आपकी एज 21 से ज्यादा होनी चाहिए, राइट? मतलब 21 या 21 से ज्यादा. यू आइदर शुड बी 21 और मोर देन 21 एंड योर एज शुड नॉट बी 30. इट मस्ट बी 29 इयर्स 364 डेज टू द मैक्सिमम. ठीक है, but an important change that they have introduced this year is that earlier the cutoff date used to be the first of the same month in which notification was released. So if we go by the previous rules, अब मार्च में notification release हुआ है तो cutoff date ideally 1st March होनी चाहिए थी, but they have changed the cutoff date to 1st January 2022. So basically थोड़ा restriction आ जाएगा कुछ लोगों के ऊपर यहाँ पे, but that is a minor change that they have introduced in the age eligibility criteria. Apart from that, yes, there are relaxations as usual. 5 years for SC, 3 years for OBC and 5 years for ST also, right? And one major change that they have introduced, or maybe they have given clarity this year, is that candidates who are having experience as an officer, first of all, this is important to know, as an officer, not at a clerical level, in scheduled commercial banks, in scheduled commercial banks, right? So earlier it was not clear whether private banks are allowed or not, but here once they have mentioned scheduled commercial banks, so even banks like ICICI, HDFC, right, you if you have experience there, that would be considered for relaxation. Then public sector insurance companies, so they have mentioned public sector insurance companies and all India financial institutions. What are all India financial institutions? Namely Exim Bank, NABARD, National Housing Bank, SIDBI. ठीक है, तो आपका किसी भी बैंक में, शेड्यूल्ड कमर्शियल बैंक में, किसी भी नहीं, शेड्यूल्ड कमर्शियल बैंक में एक्सपीरियंस है, दैट वुड बी कंसिडर्ड फॉर रिलैक्सेशन इवन दो इट इज अ प्राइवेट. ऑल इंडिया फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस नेमली एक्जिम, नबार्ड, सिडबी और एनएचबी, या फिर पब्लिक सेक्टर इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज में अगर आपका एक्सपीरियंस है, दैट वुड बी कंसिडर्ड फॉर रिलैक्सेशन. एंड द मैक्सिमम रिलैक्सेशन इज सेम व्हाट दे यूज्ड टू गिव यू अर्लियर, 3 इयर्स. ठीक है, बट मैक्सिमम 3 इयर्स है अगर आपका 3 इयर्स एक्सपीरियंस होगा. अगर आपका 1 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है तो सिर्फ 1 साल का रिलैक्सेशन मिलेगा. एंड वन मोर इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट टू नोट इज दैट द एक्सपीरियंस एज अ प्रोबेशनरी ऑफिसर विल नॉट बी काउंटेड. सपोज आपने आज ज्वाइन किया, 2 साल का प्रोबेशन है तो 2 साल का जो प्रोबेशन पीरियड है, दैट वुड नॉट बी काउंटेड एज एन एक्सपीरियंस फॉर रिलैक्सेशन. सो प्लीज नोट दिस पॉइंट. सो ओनली आफ्टर you complete your probation period, your actual experience will start, which would be considered for relaxation. And the maximum relaxation that you can get is 3 years, subject to that how many years experience you have. अगर आपका 1 साल का experience है तो 1 साल का relaxation मिलेगा, 2 साल का है तो 2 साल का, 3 साल का है तो 3 साल का, पर इससे ज्यादा नहीं मिलेगा. And once again, please note that probation period would not be counted as an experience. That is with respect to age, right? So it's very good that they have really clarified the things that scheduled commercial banks, public sector insurance companies, and all India financial institutions people are eligible for relaxation. Now moving on to minimum educational qualifications. Again, first of all, it has been a matter of discussion that what would be the cutoff date. So cutoff date here is 1st January 2022, that you should have completed this educational qualification by 1st January 2022. तो अगर अब आप फाइनल ईयर में हैं, you are not eligible. You must have got your degree, you must have completed your education by 1st January 2022. ठीक है, तो ये तो एक कट ऑफ डेट है. उसके बाद you can be graduate in any discipline with 60% marks, or if you are in reserve category then 50% marks, right, for SC, ST and PWBD. तो ग्रेजुएशन 60% एंड फॉर रिजर्व्ड 50%. बट अगर सपोज कीजिए आपके ग्रेजुएशन में 60% चांस नहीं है, दे हैव मेंशन्ड और, सो आइदर ग्रेजुएशन विद 60% और पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन अगेन इन एनी डिसिप्लिन विद मिनिमम 50% मार्क्स, 55% मार्क्स. तो या तो आपके ग्रेजुएशन में 60% है या पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन में 55% है, दोनों में से कोई भी एक है, यू कैन अप्लाई. दिस इज फॉर जर्नल. फॉर reserved category, in graduation this 60 is 50, and in post graduation this 55 is actually pass marks, any pass marks, and these marks would be counted as aggregate of all semesters. This is a very common query, sir marks एक semester में कम है, बाकियों में ठीक है, I'm eligible. You are completely eligible as long as your aggregate marks, right, your aggregate marks are in compliance with this cut-off marks that are described here. तो ये एजुकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन है ग्रेड बी डी या जर्नल के लिए. सिमिलरली इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन अदर पोस्ट सच एज DEPR एंड दीज, यू कैन गो थ्रू दिस क्राइटेरिया. ठीक है, एंड वन मोर इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन विच नॉर्मली पीपल आर कंफ्यूज्ड अबाउट इज दैट नाउ मेनी ऑफ द कॉलेजेस और द यूनिवर्सिटीज गिव CGPA, right, that this is your CGPA. How do you convert that into percentage? So they have mentioned that if your college or university mentions a criteria, if your college or university mentions a criteria to convert CGPA into percentage, then use that criteria. As simple as that. But even if your college or university does not gives you any criteria to convert CGPA into percentage, then use this universal criteria which is given here. So there should not be any confusion now. आपकी कुछ CGPA है, उसकी परसेंटेज क्या बनेगी? फर्स्ट इज चेक विद योर कॉलेज और यूनिवर्सिटी, इज देयर एनी क्राइटेरिया डिफाइंड बाय देम? इफ यस, यूज दैट. इफ नो, then you have to use this universal criteria which is given here. And another area where eligibility should be considered is number of attempts. So for candidates belonging to journal category and EWS category, the maximum number of attempts is 6. But again the query is, sir, I filled the form last year, I did not appear. Then don't worry, that will not be counted as an attempt. You must have appeared 6 times. You must have appeared. It's very clearly written. तो जो भी एग्जाम में आप फॉर्म फिल करने के बाद अपीयर होंगे, उसी को अटेम्प्ट में काउंट किया जाएगा. और 6 appeared attempts के बाद you will not be eligible if you belong to journal category or EWS. But there is no such restriction for SC, ST, OBC and PWBD. Right? So this is the eligibility criteria in brief, which is out in employment news as sent by RBI to them. I think we will be seeing the same on the RBI website on Monday. And regarding scheme of selection, I would like to add once again, there is no clarity. It's given that for scheme of selection, please visit the RBI website and see that in the appendix, which is still not available on the RBI website, I think. But by the time the official notification comes on the RBI website, this appendix will also be there. So thank you guys. I hope you will be able to check your eligibility now and take your decision whether you are eligible or not by Monday itself when the notification is out. Have a nice day. Bye bye.